The counters are dirty. There's a divot in the wall. Carpets are soiled. The pipes are beyond natural wear and tear. The paint is peeling. The heater is somehow busted, and it's all your fault somehow. These are just a few of the grievances many students encounter when they are exiting a lease. Students typically rent. That's just the way of the world. And since renting is a collegiate inevitability, and since slumlords infiltrate and exploit college towns like the plague, we ought to address the rights of the renter. We'll begin with a worst-case scenario. You ever watch those daytime court dramas like Judge Joe Brown or Judge Alex? Well, it turns out that small claims court is almost exactly like those shows. And if you mishandle your lease, then small claims court is where you're going to find yourself. Both parties show up to the courthouse. The plaintiff speaks their case and presents evidence. The defendant does the same. Sometimes they allow witnesses, sometimes they don't. And then the judge makes a decision. That's about it. It takes all about 15 to 20 minutes, and it's one of the most fundamentally life-negating endeavors in which I've ever embarked. So here's some advice to avoid court and the pains of the leaser-leasee relationship from one renter to another. First, a lease is a contract like any other. Read it carefully. The biggest mistake that I've seen and experienced is a fundamental ignorance of what the renter is signing up for. Ask questions about clauses that confuse you. Get answers. Ultimately, if your landlord can prove you violated the lease, that could be grounds for eviction or withholding your deposit. Put everything in writing and keep receipts. Don't give them any out. Second, document every inch of the house before you move in. Take pictures, make notes, and do all of this with your landlord at your side so that you're both at the same starting point. The more information you have about the house before you occupy it, the more convincing your argument will be in the event that you must argue a point. Otherwise, it's just your word versus theirs, and unfortunately, college students don't carry a lot of legal clout. Third, know your roommates. Subleasing with a stranger is sometimes a necessity, I understand that, but do your best to find out their peculiarities, their tendencies. A shared lease between two or more people means equal culpability between all of them. Their mistake is your mistake, and vice versa. Fourth, take reasonable care of the home. That's a pretty obvious statement. Just keep it clean, don't trash it. If there is a problem, call your landlord and have it taken care of. Better now than at the end of the lease when the repairs come out of your deposit. It is your home. You live there, after all. This is where you eat. This is where you sleep. This is where you do all of the things that college students are apt to do. So treat it accordingly. Fifth, clean the hell out of it once you leave. And I'm not talking the rudimentary type of cleaning. I'm talking top to bottom, spit shine that place. Leave it better than the day you moved in. Give no excuse for the landlord to withhold anything. Additionally, do a final walkthrough with the landlord in order to clarify any misgivings they might have. Take pictures for documentation purposes. Lastly, know what your rights are. My time at small claims court was, to put it lightly, not pleasant at all. But I wasn't about to lose any more money than I already had over that particular situation. I read the entire Kansas Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. I used LexisNexis to identify relevant cases that showed precedents in my favor, and consulted friends on the issue. The only thing I didn't do was consult a lawyer because, well, they're really expensive. However, if you find yourself in a situation that calls for small claims court, then it's wise to do your research. A good precaution is to know your rights before these things even occur. Preventative medicine of sorts. Mrs. Dorothy Richardson, spokesperson for the Citizens Against Slum Housing, was quoted at the 1965 Chicago Anti-Poverty Conference saying, "A slumlord is a person who makes a profit out of providing a disservice. He takes advantage of poverty. He takes advantage of prejudice." So students of Emporia State, there are people out there that will take advantage of you because you're young and you don't have much business experience. They will rent to you a condemnable house or apartment at an exorbitant price because you don't know any better. They will bank on you rolling over while they take you for everything that you're worth, which, by the way, is not much. These people are called slumlords, and they are a contemptible kind of person. The worst part is that they don't even know that they're slumlords. They certainly wouldn't treat their family the way they treat you. Sometimes they break the law unknowingly. It's up to us to keep them in check because they wouldn't hesitate to do the same to you. But not all bad landlords are slumlords. Your pristine countertops, spacious walk-in closets, and lawn service may suit your life perfectly, but this advice isn't just for the villainous Gordon Geckos of the world. It's insurance against honest mistakes that happen from time to time. Establish a precedent in this town and for yourself that Hornets are smart and proud people who won't let themselves be dictated to. If the world treats us cruelly, if it seeks only to take from us, then we are obliged to reject what little it has to offer and demand a better option. And this is not a game of Monopoly. Real livelihoods are at stake. Don't play the mark. Don't let them play the con. You are worth more than the worst Emporia has to offer. And there are plenty of good landlords in town that will treat you right. Find them and work with them. You won't regret it. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Good luck in your midterms and have a safe and fun spring break. We'll see you in the square.